Hello friends. Now let us take a 13th concept, that is 7.13, array with the rows of different sizes. In this context, I would like to tell you one important event. Actually, clients' requirements are unique. Whatever may be his or her requirement, you must satisfy with your programs, with your software. In such case, sometimes some challenges you may face. Actually, in the previous concept, I explained the regular two-dimensional array, like a table 3 into 4, table 2 into 3. Like that, I explained. Those are regular one, because regular one means all rows are having same sizes. But one of your clients may require a table like this. That means it is also two-dimensional array, but the length of the tables are different. First row, first array, 2 elements, second array, 3 elements, third array, 4 elements. If you have to create this one and all that, you have to create it on your own, unless the language provides you. The language developers always take into consideration of the business needs, and they introduce new elements in the language. If they find any new element, new requirements of the client and all that, in order to satisfy that requirement, they develop new elements and introduce new versions. In that way, language always gives us required support. Only thing is, we must learn it and we must master it. Then only you will be comfortable. If you do not learn it, whenever a client wants this type of thing, you have to break your head. You have to make lot of exercise to create this one. That's why thoroughly study each and every element and variant of the language. At the while you are studying the language, don't ignore anything. If you don't have perfect proficiency over that, also no worry. Whenever a client's requirement is there, then you study that. Then definitely satisfy your client needs, and by saving lot of time without building it on your own, you can serve the client and satisfy him. That point always you remember. This is that category of element. This is two-dimensional array, but row sizes are different. For this purpose, whatever syntax we learnt and all that is not suitable, because there simply we have given two sizes. One is row length, second one is column length. Two subscripts we have given. Here that is not possible. So different type of syntax we have to learn. First see this figure, and we have to build two-dimensional array and declaration model I show you. Now the name of the array A, and this part is same. There is no difference. Now go to other part. Next, new into 3. Okay, you know that 3 rows are there, so 3 you can define. But columns, those are different. So column size you should not give. In the previous program, column size also we have given, because that is uniform for all the rows. Here it is not uniform, that's why you should not give. Now how can you initialize? If we have to initialize, you have to do it separately using this syntax. Now you see, first row column size is 2. A0 is equal to new into 2. Next, this is 3. A1 is equal to new into 3. Next one, third one, A2 is equal to new into 4. This is the model. Even if it is lengthy also, there is no other alternative. Language showed us only one type of syntax, you must use that. And apart from that, simply using for loop and all that, you cannot initialize them. Sometimes it may be possible, sometimes it is very difficult to create nesting of the loops and by filling that. That's why you take up each and every element and you have to initialize that. And for writing also, you have to take up individual elements and you have to write it in SOP statement, and then only you can write them. These points you have to understand. And let us consider a program 7.10 2D array with different row sizes. Now this is the main. Thereafter you see whatever I showed and all that I am showing it here. And int, you should not give sizes here because this is a reference variable. Its name is a, here new int 3 because 3 rows are confirmed. So 3 you can give, number of rows you are giving, number of columns are not uniform, that's why you should not give. Thereafter a0 is equal to new int 2. So this defines, this value defines the number of columns. A0 2 columns, A1 3 columns, A2 4 columns. In this manner you have to define. With the 4 statements only, the declaration part is over. Suppose if there are 10 rows, individually you have to do like this only. There is no other go. Okay. Thereafter, now that is over. Now actually it is not a regular 2-dimensional array. That's why for loop you cannot use, nesting of for loop and all that you cannot use. Of course, sometimes you may use. For that you have to make lot of exercise and you have to make you have to test it. Thereafter you have to use that because irregular sizes and all that. Nothing is impossible, but you have to waste lot of time and it is error prone also. That's why this is individual elements you take and then initialize. Now I see that how you call it. This is row 0, row 1, row 2, column 0, column 1. So how can you represent A00, A01, A10, A11, A12, A20, A21, A22, A23. Those are the subscripts. In this manner, all the subscripts you have to write and the corresponding value, with the corresponding values you have to initialize them. With these statements, that array is initialized and you have to write all the elements or whatever elements you require and all that using this type of subscripts in the SOP statements. Then only you can retrieve all the values and you can write. Of course, this is very rarely used, but at the time of learning arrays, you must learn this and you must practice it. When you require and all that, you do not know. And if you have an idea over that, whenever a particular requirement is there, again you study that and comfortably use according to your requirement.